Hello, and welcome to the Fear Channel, a channel with regular broadcasts telling the most chilling of urban legends, ghost stories, and forays into the darkest corners of the human mind. Those faint of heart or prone to night terrors should proceed at their own risk. Tonight's story is Guiding Death.
There was a man who worked at a lighthouse with his 15-year-old son. One evening, a storm formed unexpectedly off the coast. The man realized he was in dire need of supplies, food, water, and propane for the generator, so he decided to head into town. Since the man lived 20 miles from the nearest neighbor and 30 from the nearest store, he thought that it would be best to leave his son alone. He told his son to lock the door and to stay in his room where it was safe. When he had driven almost 13 miles, he saw a single cloaked figure standing on a hill. It was impossible to make out who or what this figure was through the downpour. As he drew closer, he noticed a long scythe, and with a clasp of lightning he saw the hooded figure for what it really was. Frozen with fear, the car started to veer off the road. As he managed to regain control, he noticed that the figure was beckoning to him. The man feared more what would happen to his son than himself, so he turned the car around and raced back home. When he got inside, he locked the door and called to his son weeping. When he found his son, he embraced him, fearing that this would be the last time he would be able to do so. As he did this, he told his son to remain in his room until he called him or morning came. Just then, the door broke to splinters, and the figure walked in. In the dimly lit room, the man could still clearly see the disfigured skull and the long, sharp scythe. He knew his time was up, and stood to face the figure honorably. The figure then spoke.
I am sorry to have frightened you on the road. Your time has not yet come.
Flooded with relief, the man called to his son and asked why the figure had been beckoning to him. The figure went on to say,
I merely wish to inquire where I might find your son.